Why do we store fat in our bellies? Seriously, why? Why do we do that? Well, it all comes down to electricity, basically. Think about body fat, adipose tissue, as being basically energy storage. Nowadays, we can think, I would like to eat something, and in 5 minutes, you can be having a meal. Well, it hasn't always been that way. The human body hasn't really evolved much in the last couple 100,000 years. Humans, as we are, have been around for a very long time. And for most of that time, we have been having to basically hunt for or farm our food. So we'd wake up in the morning, get our hunting tools, bid farewell to our beautiful cave wife, and go hunt bison. And there wasn't always bison to hunt. Sometimes weeks would go by with no bison. So we need to store our energy. We need to store it for later. Think of calories as just units of energy. That's what they are. It's just a way to measure energy, just like joules are, or horsepower, other ways to describe stored energy. Well, it takes a certain amount of energy for you to get through the day. Now change the word energy to calories. It takes a certain number of calories for you to get through the day, just like it takes a certain number of gallons of gas for you to drive from here to Boston. But what if you eat more energy, more calories than you actually need to get through the day? What does your body do with that extra energy that you're not going to use? You'll never guess. Yep. Yeah, it turns it into belly fat and stores it for later. Because you're not going to eat more than you need every single day. Well, some days you're not going to eat as many calories as it takes you to get through the day. Sometimes you're not going to have enough gallons of gas to get from here to Boston. So what happens when that happens? What happens when you don't consume enough energy, calories, to get you through the day? What if you don't have enough gallons of gas to make it to Boston? Well, in the case of the gas, you just get off the road and you buy more gas. In the case of calories, if you don't eat enough, you still got to make it through the day, so your body dips into the battery. You may remember what that battery is. Oh yeah, baby. Fun fact, fat has 9 calories per gram of fat, and that's more than twice as many calories as every gram of protein or carbohydrates. That's why fat is used as a battery. All right, here's a fun way to visualize it. Human beings as a race and how we work in our bodies haven't evolved much in the last 100,000 years or so. But has civilization evolved in the last couple 100,000 years ago? All right, let's change that. Has civilization evolved in the last 100 years? Never mind hundreds of thousands of years. Think of this. Remember timelines? Remember in high school we used timelines to talk about, like, the different eras when dinosaurs were on the planet, things like that, right? So imagine if we made a timeline of when human beings have been around, and we started all the way at the back end of the gym, and we make the timeline all the way up to this end of the gym over here, okay? That's the length of time that human beings have been here. Now, how long have we been able to get food immediately? How long have we had modern civilization? How long have we had beef O'Brady's out of that hundreds of thousands of years? So if we come down here to the end of the timeline, this is the other end of the gym, civilization and beef O'Brady's is like this last little square against the wall right here. That is literally all of the time that we've had those luxuries. So from that end of the gym all the way to this end of the gym, except for that little square at the end, human beings have had to hunt for bison. Metaphorically speaking, it wasn't always bison, obviously. But now we don't have to do that. But our bodies don't know that. So when we go to Beef O'Brady's and then we go and we buy ribeyes and we do a cookout and we go down to the burger joint for lunch, okay? We eat way more calories than we need. Our bodies have not yet figured out that tomorrow morning all of that great stuff's not going to be here. So it just packs it away and stores it for later. If you need help with your caloric intake and nutrition in general, give us a call here at MoFit. We can definitely help you out. We love doing it.